That's right, baby. It's time for movie trailer trash. Enjoy. Hello and welcome to Movie Trailer Trash. My name's Charlie.
And I'm Bethany.
And we just watched the trailer for Black Panther. It just came out during the NBA Finals Game 4, and it was awesome. And we saw it in a bar, couldn't hear it, and it was still awesome. And so we want to talk about it.
That's right. I don't know. Did they tell people in advance it was going to be airing during that, or did they just surprise us?
And we just don't pay
they
attention.
Surprised us,
yeah,
one way or another.
Yeah.
We were at a bar watching the game, and we were like, "Oh my god, it's happening!"
yeah. This is really going down.
Yeah. I was so disappointed that I couldn't hear it, but yeah, let's talk about this trailer.
All right, so Black Panther appears to be Claw is going to be the bad guy.
Oh, that's that guy's name. And okay, so for those who are listening, if you haven't watched the trailer, you could take a second to watch it, or you could just listen. That's cool, whatever. But Claw, the bad guy, is also one of the guys that's in the second Avengers movie, Age of Ultron.
He's the one that sells all of the vibranium to Ultron.
I think if you're trying to remember who he is off the top of your head without looking him up, he's the guy who Ultron accidentally cut his arm off. It was like, oh God, I'm sorry.
Right, and in this trailer,
it was hilarious.
He only has one arm, so that's how you know it's after.
Yeah, but that was, I mean, if you don't remember what I'm talking about, you're crazy, because that was a hilarious moment.
But so I think that Claw is going to be the bad guy. He's going to try and infiltrate Wakanda for its sweet vibranium.
He's all about
because
the money.
That's the only place where vibranium.
Well, he already had vibranium too in Age of Ultron, right?
Yes,
he had some. So he's clearly worked on the black market to get it.
It's the only place that exists in the world.
Well, yeah, but he said in the trailer, he's the only person who's made it out alive, who's seen it and made it out alive. Yeah. Other than obviously the people that live there and
which can't be
whatever.
True though, because Captain America's shield is made of vibranium.
No, well, that's the thing. They sell vibranium, like. That's what I'm saying. Like they don't just keep all the vibranium there for themselves. How do you think that Claw got vibranium in the first place? Like he might have gone and got it, but I think what happens.
Mined it.
No, but I think what happens is they mine it themselves, and then they take it far out of Wakanda and sell it outside of Wakanda. And people say, "Where'd you get this?" And they said, "None of your business."
Also, this is probably the biggest
that's what
movie.
They say exactly. They're like, "Nanya." They're like, "Where's Nanya?" And they're like, "None your business," and then everybody's upset.
They say, "Where's Nunya?" And they say, "None your business."
Yeah, because what happens is they say, "Where'd you get this amazing metal?"
Nunya.
And then
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Black Panther goes Nunya, and you're like, "Where's Nunya?"
It's like
none your business,
nacho,
and then he sprints away.
Nacho cheese type situation.
It's like that. It's
maybe he runs on all fours because the Claw is played by Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
Who?
Oh my gosh! Wait a second.
Who in most of his movies doesn't get to show his face.
That's Andy Serkis?
Yeah.
He looks bigger than I remember. I thought he was skinnier than that.
He was
his
back
head
in the day.
Looks bigger too.
Well, that's what happens when you get older.
Are you telling me that is Caesar from Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, and Gollum.
This is going to be an awesome movie, guys. I mean, I already knew it, but I think that...
Do you think he ever pretends to be a gorilla during the movie? That would be funny.
I don't know. But I think that Andy Serkis deserves an award for the role of Caesar in any of those movies, any of the Planet of the Apes movies, because I'm like, I feel so much for this ape, and I am not an animal person. I'm not like the person who cries at King Kong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's amazing.
So this movie is probably, like the big story about this movie is like Chadwick Boseman is coming back from Civil War. Probably, in my opinion, one of the better parts of Civil War is Black Panther.
Definitely. He's awesome.
And he's playing Black Panther, and he's back in Wakanda now, and they're defending their homeland. And the big thing about this movie is this is probably like the biggest budget movie to ever take place in Africa.
Yeah.
And
like the whole movie takes place in Africa.
Yeah, and almost the entire cast is going to be made up of these like young black superstar actors.
Yeah, and not even young though. Also older ones.
We have Forrest Whitaker,
and there's a couple other older ones too.
Yeah, but I mean, it's okay. So it's Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, Lupita Nyong'o, Daniel Kaluuya, who is the guy from Get Out.
Yes.
And Sterling K. Brown, who is the guy from that O.J. Simpson miniseries. He plays one of the prosecuting lawyers, and from This Is Us as well.
Yeah, and he's amazing. If you guys haven't seen
really
either,
good actor.
If you haven't seen either of those, the show This Is Us or the miniseries about O.J. Simpson, he's an amazing actor.
And then also Martin Freeman is in there returning his role as Civil War CIA guy.
CIA guy, yeah. But yeah, so That's an amazing lineup. Oh, and did you say the name of that girl who was from Walking Dead? Well, you probably didn't because her name's really hard to say.
I don't know if I saw it.
I can't say it. I
write
can't
down.
say it. But the girl, that black woman from Walking Dead who carries the what does she carry? A machete?
The machete.
So that girl is in it as well, and I think she has a pretty big role. And
Okay.
I have trouble saying her name. Sorry, guys. I'll learn it.
But yes, but speaking of O.J. Simpson, that miniseries, the FX one, not the ESPN one.
Hey, yeah, okay. I was just gonna say, hang on. Did you say Mahershala Ali is he in this?
No.
Why not?
He's
Sorry.
already in the Marvel Universe.
Oh,
He's dead, though.
well, yeah, he's dead. He can return as somebody else.
No, that's not how death
Resurrect
works.
him. It is because in the last Avengers movie, there was a woman who was playing in the last Avengers movie, Age of Ultron, a woman from Luke Cage, the main woman from Luke Cage, Cottonmouth's cousin, plays a mom who's upset at Tony Stark for her son's death. Remember?
Yeah.
And we were like, wait, is she the same character? And we looked it up and we're like, no, it's not the same person. It's just a random. They just pretended she was someone else.
Right. And it's weird that they got such an amazing actress to do that little tiny part in that movie.
I don't think that they knew she was going to be in Luke Cage at that time, but still, she's amazing. Mahershala Ali should be in this.
But anyway.
I'm just sad, but that's okay. There's amazing actors in it.
The guy who wrote this movie wrote a little bit of the O.J. Simpson miniseries.
That's interesting.
3 episodes of it, I think. And that's basically like the only other thing that he's done.
And he wrote the screenplay for this?
Yeah.
Okay, who wrote the story?
Along with the director.
Did he also write the story?
Both of them are credited as writing the story. But the
okay.
director, I have more faith in because his name is Ryan Coogler. And he isn't 40. He's like super young.
He isn't 40. That's his age, not 40.
That's like a way of saying that someone's
You
in
could have
their
said
30s.
he's younger than 40. He's under 40. But you
Well,
said he
because-
isn't 40.
I don't know.
That means he could be any other age.
6 of one, half a dozen of another.
Oh my goodness.
And he directed and has a writing credit on Creed,
Oh yeah, that's good.
the Rocky
That was
movie
a good
with
movie.
Michael B. Jordan in it. And he also directed
Excellent.
and has a writing credit on Fruitvale Station.
Oh my God. That's an amazing movie.
And so him and Michael B.
B.
Jordan,
Jordan,
they're kind of like,
They're friends, man.
they're friends, man.
Another interesting fact, the woman who plays the mom in The Cosby Show, Mrs. Huxtable, she's in this movie as well. I think she's further down the line on the top billed cast, so she's probably a smaller role, but she was in Creed.
There might be a bunch of cameos in this from people
She was in Creed.
Yeah.
So she's worked with Michael B. Jordan.
But it's funny because I was gonna say that the way that they have Michael B. Jordan look in this with his hair and everything, he looks like a like one of Theo's teenage friends on the Cosby Show. Like that's how
funny.
he looks.
He honestly though, like now that I've seen it a couple of times, he looks awesome. Like it's
because
just
you're used to
I'm used to him having a shaved head.
He's had that haircut in basically every movie.
I've never
he's
seen
been
him
in.
with any hair, and I've seen him in lots of things. Actually, I've seen him in lots of movies because he was also in Parenthood. Oh, sorry, that's not a movie, a show. But then he was also in Chronicle. Like, I've never seen him with any hair at all. And then he
Right.
has these cool braids, and they are cool, and they fit for Wakanda. They're supposed to be African. You know, all of the people have very like African style hairdos and dress and all of that. But when I first saw it, I laughed out loud because I thought, why does Michael B. Jordan look so silly? But I'm not used to seeing him that way.
It's like seeing a high school friend for the first time in a really long time, and they have some haircut that you never would have thought that they would have. And the first time you see them, you're like, "Oh, what?" No, even if it looks good.
Yeah, which also happened to me recently. I saw a friend from high school who is black and had braids, and I was like, "What is going on?" Then I saw him in person. I was like, "Oh, yeah, it looks
fine.
good."
Yeah.
I wasn't used to that. But yeah, also my sister pointed out she's used to seeing him smile because Michael B. Jordan has just gorgeous white teeth and a gorgeous smile. And
You're used to seeing him smile in Fruitvale Station?
Well,
And
no,
Creed?
but yeah, he smiles in Creed.
He doesn't smile.
He
in Creed.
smiles.
He's very upset the whole time.
Usually when you see Michael B. Jordan, he's just cheesing a smile. He's a very smiley guy, is all I'm saying. And he's super serious in
That's
this.
you Googling Michael B. Jordan smiling.
I've never done that. Why would I Google Michael B. Jordan smiling?
Because of his gorgeous, beautiful teeth.
You can appreciate a good pair of teeth. That's acceptable, even when you're in a relationship, a committed relationship.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A good old pair of teeth.
Good old pair of smile. Okay, anyway. But no, I digress. I think it's cool. I think that the cast is going to be amazing. I mean, we literally know that those people are amazing. All those people that Charlie mentioned.
Every single person in the cast is proven.
The only one that I haven't seen
the only one who's not is the writer.
Well, yeah, the only one that I haven't seen is Lupita Nyong'o. I've never seen her in anything, just because I've not seen the movie she's in. But she is like an Academy Award winner, right? Or at least nominated.
Something like that, yeah.
And no, I think she won. She definitely won one year. And then that one girl who's in Walking Dead. I've never seen her. But yeah, all of those are really well known, loved, and I mean, how could it not be good? It's an action movie, superhero movie with Andy Serkis, who we know is amazing, and all those other amazing actors. And I think it's going to be awesome. And I really have never seen a movie where the majority of the cast is black and it's not like it's not supposed to be just aimed at
a black
people.
audience.
Yeah. It's not supposed to be like a black comedy or whatever. It's just a movie. I mean, I'm trying to think. I really don't think I have.
I mean, Luke Cage.
That's a show,
yeah.
First of all. And second of all, that's brand new. Like, that was exciting. I was excited about that because I thought that was awesome too, because we got to see these
it's just
young
people
black actors.
It's just people being accurate.
Well, yeah,
finally.
It's just finally
we're gonna
people
have
being
a
accurate.
TV show that takes place entirely in Harlem or entirely in Africa, and 20 years ago it would have been
still been like
half the cast.
They would have had
been,
their token black people, and it was like, wait, no, this is Harlem or this is Africa. Why is everyone white?
It's just like I was reading a Fantastic Four comic book the other day, one of those ones from the 60s.
Oh yeah,
and one of their enemies was like this like pharaoh. They like went back in time and fought this pharaoh.
Okay.
And the pharaoh wasn't he was white because he was someone who came back into the past from even further into the future than the Fantastic Four, from the year 3000, and conquered the Egyptians and became the pharaoh.
So you're saying it's not just that he looked white in the story, they actually made him a white like American.
Yeah. And so it's an entire comic book
they
that
had to
takes
go out
place
of their way to do that.
entirely in Egypt, and all the 5 main characters of the story are white.
There was something recently that I either saw a trailer for or it was a movie, and somebody said somebody pointed out that none of the characters are black, and it was like, whoa, that is so weird. And I'm trying to remember what it was. It was something where it was like, yeah, I didn't think about it, but why on earth is there no black people in this movie that it took very specifically and it took place in a place where it should have been.
Oh,
Maybe
was it that one that was called Brooklyn?
What's that one?
It was an award movie from this last run of Academy Awards.
Maybe there was something, and I think it was like this movie that was like getting awards, and it was like, this cast doesn't make any sense. But anyway, I mean, it happens all the time, so it's nice to see them show a movie that takes place in Africa, and
regardless,
the people fit
the thing about this movie that I'm excited about is, well, first of all, we're getting back to like hand-to-hand combat stuff in this one, which I'm really excited about.
Claw-to-hand combat?
Claw-to-hand. And so it's like, it's going to be a lot of just like fighting and not a lot of magic, which I'm not a big fan of. Like the magic, the spells, and the lifting things with your mind and, going to a different dimension for stuff.
Yeah, sure. It's fine, but this is fun.
I like the fighting. And then also we're going to see what these directors...
I like the close-up violence.
And cinematographers and stuff decide to make this like weird... Like they were saying at the beginning. Like it's perceived as a third world, like African village, tribal community.
Yeah, basically they've hidden themselves away under this deception, under this idea. So probably it's like... in the heart of Wakanda, it's this wealthy, amazing, gorgeous paradise, and on the outskirts, they make it look like this broken down third world place because they don't want people to know.
One of the more technologically advanced countries in the world.
Yeah.
So like they have those like little spaceships and stuff that are flying around, those little hovercrafts, and like all of this like technology, like his suit and everything that is made.
Well, his suit must be made of vibranium.
Yeah.
Because they were shooting bullets at him and it was just ping, ping, pinging off.
Yeah.
Ping, ping, ping. But yeah, so here's the thing. That's why I'm saying that they definitely have to have sold vibranium somewhere, just not from home, because how else would they have all that technology? They have to have money, and they clearly are a wealthy nation.
Do you think that Michael B. Jordan's going to be a good guy or a bad guy?
I was going to ask you that. I think he's a bad guy.
I think he is
I
too,
didn't
because I
expect
saw him
that.
in handcuffs, but I saw him in handcuffs when they were in like the UN.
Well, here's the thing. Probably the main bad guy is Andy Serkis, and what happens is there's a bunch of other I'm thinking that he lives in Wakanda and he wants to rise up.
See, I think that
I think
Andy
he doesn't
Serkis
want
ends
the-
up helping in the end. That he ends up on the helping.
Perhaps, but what I'm
Black
saying
Panther.
is I think that Michael B. Jordan and a group of, I think some of those women too, they were showing women with very clearly like super
Yeah, she had
superhero
like those
suit
gloves
type stuff.
Yeah.
I think some of the women are on Michael B. Jordan's side, and what happened, somebody was saying something, I can't remember, to
Oh, is it like a coup?
Chadwick. Yeah, I think it's a coup. They were saying to Chadwick,
Oh.
you're a nice guy. You're a good person, but that doesn't always make for a good king.
A coup, okay. Michael B. Jordan
So-
trying to take the throne.
Or just trying to take money. It could be that he's just trying to rise up and steal a bunch of vibranium or something too. But yeah,
That's kind of cool. Okay, so it's like if
they don't think that
like
he's
they
ruthless
have their
enough.
own thing going on, right?
It would make sense too because the king just died.
Yeah.
And so now the prince is going to be the king. The Black Panther is going to be the king, and they're probably like, "No, you're not cut out for it, man."
So I think it's one of two things, right? Either Michael B. Jordan and Black Panther have their own thing going on, whilst
yeah, it could be like
Andy
a little
Serkis
thing
is trying to
and-
smuggle stuff,
Mhm.
and
That's kind of
either
what I was thinking.
Andy Serkis helps Black Panther defeat Michael B. Jordan, or Michael B. Jordan helps Black Panther defeat Andy Serkis.
Yeah, I think it'll be that type of thing though, where there's two different bad
Nice.
guys having two different
I'm
things.
on board with that. That
I
sounds
am too.
fun.
I am too. So yeah, I think it's interesting. I like who was saying that he was like, you're a good person,
I don't
but
know.
that doesn't mean
I thought
So
it was
that's the
his
whole
dad.
point.
I thought it was like a flashback of his dad talking.
maybe. And we do
or
know
maybe it was Forrest Whitaker.
definitely on IMDb his dad, the guy who plays his dad in Civil War, is listed on the bill. So I'm guessing they do at least a few flashbacks.
Probably.
So that's
what
cool
it
because
seemed
that's
like.
cool because I feel like you want to see his relationship with his dad, who was the king, because he clearly was important to him. Obviously, it's his dad, but I mean, in the last movie in Civil War, his dad clearly was important to him. His dad was clearly like trying to teach him something. You could hear, like, I can't remember what he said to him before he died, but he was saying all these things, like even before there was any danger, he was kind of saying all these things, like trying to be wise and bestow wisdom on him.
That guy is so good at being Black Panther.
Chadwick?
Yeah.
Both
He was
men?
barely in Civil War.
I've never seen
he
him
was
in anything
awesome.
but that, but he was great.
And I love what they do with him where like when he jumps off of something, it lands, there's no sound at all.
Yeah, because he's a cat.
Yeah, it's so funny.
He's supposed to be like a cat. The cat would not make a noise. Oh gosh. I'm glad that that's not a part of being Black Panther, is that he meows at people.
He has to make the cat noises.
But wasn't there something you were pointing out the other day? Something funny he did in Civil War. Somebody had said something where, Paul Rudd says something to him, and he just completely. I'm trying to remember that funny thing he did.
I can't remember.
The point is, he's like stone faced and doesn't really care about anybody. Like he's not really. He's fighting for the side he thinks. He's fighting for the side of justice because his dad died, but he does not care about these people. Like, you know, all these people, for the most part, other than Paul Rudd and or Ant-Man and Spider-Man, all of those people were friends, and they all had personal reasons to be in it. And he's just like, I don't really care about you guys.
Right.
And I can't remember what it was. I feel like it was somebody said something to him, and he was just like, he just like totally said like a one-word answer and was not interested.
I wonder how much Martin Freeman's going to be in this, if he's going to play a role at all, or if he's just going to play the role of setting up the story at the beginning with Claw like that.
That might be it. I don't think he'll be a big role because he was such a small role in Civil War, and he's not the type of character that gets a big role.
People will be pissed if he comes in and saves the day at the end.
He won't. They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. I can't see them. But here's the thing. So Martin Freeman is playing the same type of role that Coulson played in Iron Man.
Essentially. A little bit
And-
more
But
relaxed.
But when you think of it, in Iron Man, Coulson was a very tiny little side character. And he basically, every movie became more and more important until it all accumulated with the Avengers. So I think that with Martin Freeman, it'll be similar. He's going to be a small part, but maybe eventually, maybe in the next Avengers movie, he'll have more of a role. I don't know, but I don't think it's important. He's not a superhero. He's not what
I
the
think
movies
that
are
they're
about.
trying to get him to, like you said, be the new Coulson for the next
I like that.
set of Avengers.
But I do
basically.
like that he has a totally different attitude and he's not like Coulson.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
he's a hard ass. He thinks he's a hard ass and he's hilarious about it. Like at the end of Civil War, that's one of the things I did like about Civil War because I wasn't a huge fan of that movie, but I love it like when he sits down and he's trying to be really tough on the guy who caused all the trouble in the first place, and he has the guy's book that he used against the Winter Soldier, and he's just saying all these things like, you are not going to escape because I am not going to let you. He's just being a hard ass and like saying all these things that he's not going to get to do, and it's just funny. Like Martin Freeman is not an intimidating looking man.
Oh yeah, and I was saying this.
He's trying to be intimidating, and it's hilarious.
Saying this the other day, that after Civil War, or actually after Doctor Strange,
yeah,
both Martin Freeman and Benedict Cumberbatch exist in the same universe in 3 different movie or TV universes.
And that would be
as
Sherlock
different characters.
And The Hobbit, and now the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah. They need to get them roles in DC movies. They're way too funny for DC movies.
Yeah.
They're way too funny for DC
Yeah,
movies.
they're not crossing over. They're
right.
having fun.
Before we get into that, though, before we go down that rabbit hole, let's move on to where, when, and how you're going to see this movie.
Okay.
Where? When? How? Are you going to see this movie? Where, when, how you're going to see it. Let's do it, yeah. Let's do it, yeah.
I'm going.
No,
There I go.
am.
Nope. Nope. Bethany starts.
I think that
I'm going to see this movie. beat you.
I'm going to see this movie in the theater, opening weekend, anywhere.
Oh, wow. You're just like, wherever I am. What? Do you know what weekend it comes out?
It comes out February 16th.
Oh. Oh, my goodness. We're waiting until next year to see this movie?
Well, yeah, I mean, but it's not a whole
Why?
year. Okay.
I guess about this time last year is when they showed the first Wonder Woman trailer, and it didn't come out until a year later, so it's fine. I'm fine.
We saw a Justice League trailer before Wonder Woman started. That movie's not even done yet.
Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. I'm glad it's coming out in February. Valentine's Day, anyone? Wait, what weekend did you say? February what?
February 16th.
Oh, so it'll be after Valentine's Day, but you know that was our anniversary back in the day.
Yeah.
That was her dating anniversary. So we could celebrate. We haven't celebrated that in a long time.
Celebrate with a little Black Panther and a little gorgeous Michael B. Jordan smile.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's not the only gorgeous person in there, I don't believe. I'm trying to think.
No, all the ladies are looking live.
Yeah, the ladies are looking good.
Is looking live?
Looking live is not a thing that I've ever heard.
I think all the ladies are looking live.
They look good. Yeah, there's some very attractive fit people in that movie, which they should be because they're superheroes and they're badass Wakandan, people.
Yes.
Warriors and such. It
Otherwise
looks like
known as Wakandans.
Anyway, okay, I'm going to say I am going to see it. I am going to see it opening weekend. I'm going to see it in a theater. I would love to see it at Alamo Drafthouse so that I don't have any super crazed fan sitting next to me singing along with the background music.
I think
that's all I want.
That's like a one-time thing.
I know,
happens.
but if I can avoid that by going to a theater where if somebody does that, I can just put up a card and say, get rid of this person. I'd rather do that because I'm like, sorry, I know you're enjoying the movie, but you're ruining it for me.
Yeah.
Can't say that. I can't do that in AMC. I just got to take it.
I'm going to see it opening weekend.
I definitely want it because here's the thing. Let's talk about why. It's a superhero movie. Those are always awesome to see on big screen because they're going to have amazing, effects, special effects. Also, you want the noise to be real loud and intense, like you're there with the explosions and
Except
the
for when he
guns
lands.
and whatever. Except for real silent when he lands.
Yeah.
But also opening weekend because I don't want spoilers, and there will be spoilers because the internet's awful and people don't care about your feelings. Don't ruin it for me, y'all.
Here's the thing. I'm way more excited about the Black Panther movie than I was about the Doctor Strange movie or truthfully the next Avengers, but we'll get to that bridge.
I agree, but not because I don't think it'll be good. I'm sure it'll be good, but this is a really cool. It's not an origin story because we already know he exists, but it's kind of an origin story. It's a telling of who he is. Like, who is this guy? Let's go and take a look at him.
In a different part of the world that we're not usually in. We're not in New York again,
Absolutely.
And it's going to hopefully be not some sort of great magical space power that's
We're
trying
not
to
in New
murder
York, and
everyone
we're not
in
up
the
in
world.
space.
You know, he's trying to protect his country.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
And I think that's the thing, and I'm
smaller.
not sure because I don't know much about the Black Panther comic book wise, but I think the thing is, like I said within the Civil War movie, I think that the thing with him is he doesn't really care. He doesn't want to be a superhero to save the world. He only wants to be Black Panther so he can protect his people. That's it. That's all he cares about. He's
he
like,
has to be Black Panther.
yeah, he's like, well, yeah, it's because when you're king,
It's
you
his
have to be Black
birthright.
Panther. But the idea is they didn't create that character. They didn't hurt that character. They didn't create Black Panther and the suit and all of that so that they could go out and save the world from all of the bad guys. They created it so they could protect their homeland and they could keep people away from their precious vibranium, which is the rarest metal on Earth.
Precious.
I mean, think about it. Think
Andy
about
Serkis.
think about what people have done
Oh my
to try and
God.
get oil in real life.
They
right?
need to have a scene where Andy Serkis picks up some vibranium and says, "My precious."
Oh, that would be funny. But no. But I'm saying, like, think about it. When there are, what is the word I'm looking for? Resources on Earth that are extremely lucrative. Think about what people have done just to try and get oil.
Like the worst
people
things
do
you could
terrible
possibly
things.
imagine.
And so if you had one place, only one place that had a rare mineral or something important like that, yeah, it would be extremely hard to keep people from taking that from you. So they go to these great lengths of hiding it, you know, and they make it look like this. Nobody wants to come here. Don't mind us. We're just some poor third world country just trying to survive. We're all wearing, you know, like crappy linen clothes and trying to act like we're nothing. And really, we go back and once we're in hiding, we get our nice, expensive, awesome clothes on.
We go get in our hovercraft.
We go get in our hovercraft. We
We
put
zip
on
around.
our cool gloves that are, you know, full of some sort of, they're kind of Iron Man type gloves. You know, we have fun. But when we're out in public, we don't let people know. We make it look like we're just some little tiny tribe.
Well, let's move on to the Rotten Tomato percentages.
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes percentages.
Rotten
you
Tomatoes.
Can go. You can go first this time.
Okay. Well, technically, I went first last time because I said I'm going to see it before you did.
All right. Well, I think that the critics are going to give this an 86%.
Okay. Fair enough. What do you think of audience?
I think that the audience will give it a 90.
Okay. I'm thinking about Wonder Woman, and I'm thinking about how I got a 93, which is insane. And it's been a while since I've seen a superhero movie that good. I'm thinking that this will also blow people's mind.
Their collective mind.
People will also be really excited about it being the first really big blockbuster superhero movie that's African American.
Uh-huh.
Because, I mean, obviously
Or
Blade.
African.
Well, like Blade is a superhero. You know, I get that. But you know what I mean? Like big superhero. Just like people were excited about finally having a female superhero lead. I think that people are going to be so excited about this, and it will also be awesome, which is exactly what happened with Wonder Woman. I'm giving it a 92.
92.
Just to be different than Wonder Woman. And then I'm going to say that the audience will give it an 89.
See, I think this will be a lot better than Wonder Woman.
Oh, sure, but I don't necessarily think that the directors will think so.
The critics.
Wait, you said you think it'll be a lot better, but the critics, sorry, but then you gave it a lot less
Yeah.
of a score.
Yeah.
I'm just giving it a 92 because I think I think the critics will like it as much as Wonder Woman. I just want it to be different
Maybe.
and not give it a straight up 93.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. No, I think it'll be definitely.
Well, I think that Wonder Woman got a higher
lower
score
90s.
for its like
Revolutionariness.
revolutionariness and its historical narrowness.
It's
It's
but
the
that's,
very
but that's
first
what I'm
Wonder
saying, though.
Woman
This is
movie
the
that's
same.
ever been made.
But this
Black
is the very
Panther
first Black Panther
is
movie that's
not
ever
as,
been made.
Like
You're right. Wonder Woman is a
like,
hero that has been
famous
known forever.
as a character.
Everybody knew about Wonder Woman, even though she didn't have a movie. I get that, but this is the first Black Panther movie to ever be made, and it is historic, and it is awesome. And regardless of the fact that they have so many amazing black actors, just to have a movie with that many amazing actors,
Yeah. It's probably
is
the
a big
most
deal.
talented cast of a superhero movie. Ever.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because all of the side characters, all of the smaller characters are still these amazing actors. Like, you can't have all 12 of those names you rattle off
Right.
be main characters. So there's going to be like
And then there's
5
even
main
more
characters and then a whole bunch of
super
others.
famous cameos probably as well.
Probably. And so I think that you are underestimating how historic it is and how much of an impact it'll have.
The only thing that worries me is the writer, just because he's unproven.
That's true.
But
But I think
that's
that it'll be good, and I think it'll have an impact on society, a positive impact on society and Hollywood and the way we think about doing movies in the future. And kind of hopefully we'll be working toward being like, hey, let's just be accurate and not be weird. And like, well, I know that it's supposed to be an Asian woman, but let's just have Emma Stone play her because people like Emma Stone. It's like, no, don't do that. Like, and look, I liked Doctor Strange, and I thought the woman that played the main guy, that doesn't make sense. The woman that played the ancient one, I thought she did a really good job. But also it's just like, no, like you can find an Asian actor who is also equally awesome and can do a good job.
It totally should have just been Jackie Chan, right?
Oh my gosh.
It
well,
totally
no,
should've.
but the point is it doesn't matter. I know that they'll say, well, you got to get people to the theaters. Well, you had Benedict Cumberbatch, so calm down.
No,
first
the
of all.
worst part about that is that Benedict Cumberbatch should have just been British.
Well, that's true too. There's no reason to not. Like if
No
you're not
reason.
you don't have an Asian woman playing the Asian character, why do you have to have a British guy playing an American character?
If you're cool with
Who
switching
cares?
out the old Asian man for a
young-
middle-aged
yeah.
British woman, then why can Benedict Cumberbatch just not use his regular voice?
Yeah, that was silly.
Whatever.
But yeah, so the
though.
point is
Who cares?
the point is we're all sick of it. I think, Oscar's so white and that hashtag and everybody is just kind of like, hey, we're done. Everyone's just saying we're done with this. We're sick of this whole, and it happens a ton with Asian actors too.
Well, and
It
it's
happens
not
a
even
ton.
like
They're just like, let's just put Scarlett Johansson. Let's just have her do it. Why not?
well, and it's
like,
not
no.
now. It's not even like so since it's been brought to everyone's attention,
Yeah.
it's not even just like a racism thing.
Yeah.
It's also now takes you out of the movie because
Well,
you
yeah,
notice it.
because we're all like, wait a second, yeah, this is stupid.
Yeah.
And like, think about how stupid it would be if they went to an African country, like a little place called Wakanda in Africa, and it was like mostly white people. It
and
would
then
be
just
so
and then
stupid.
Black Panther is played by John Hamm.
Yeah. Or even if they had because a lot of times back in the day, they would have the main character, like the person
I must
who,
protect Wakanda.
like if he was supposed to be African, they'd have him be African, but nobody else would be. And it would be like, what's the point? It doesn't make any
He's
sense.
South African. They get
Yeah.
Charlotte
Oh
Copley.
yeah. Oh yeah. That would be a way to get around it. But yeah, I mean, we're sick of it. Obviously actors are sick of it. People like Aziz Ansari, who like created his show and is like, I'm gonna have actual real types of people in my show and
Right.
not just white people. There's a lot, and people are also proving again and again that those things can be extremely successful. Luke Cage was extremely successful. Aziz Ansari's show, Master of None, is extremely successful. Nobody's like, wait a second, I want most of the people to be white if I'm going to watch something. And the people who are doing that are the biggest losers in the world, and nobody cares
And
about
not-
them,
and
and
not the
nobody
weight
wants their
loss
money.
kind.
And nobody wants their money.
Not the weight loss kind.
Keep your filthy money.
The actual loser kind.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that's frustrating is I think a lot of times it wasn't as far as Hollywood studios, it wasn't about racism. It was about them wanting to bring in the money bring in the money. It's about greed, and it's about
Bring in the
needing
noise.
as much money as they can get. And so
Bring
they're
in the
like,
funk.
we're going to put Brad Pitt in a role, or we're going to put Scarlett Johansson because we know these people will bring people out to the theater. But it's like, if you don't ever give other great actors a chance, they will never get to that point where people will go just to see them.
Well, and also I think even the most recent one is the most straight up just did it. Was in Dark Knight Rises with Bane.
Yeah.
Like, he's Hispanic.
Oh, he's supposed to be?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they just straight up just said, do a funny voice, Tom Hardy.
Yeah. Like, why? I mean, it's fun to imitate him, but why? Yeah. Nope, nobody can hear you because you're far away from the mic and you have your hand over your mouth.
Strawberries packed with fiber.
Anyway, yeah, I just think that it's a good time right now. We are proving again and again that there's no reason that you can't make an amazing product with real people who represent the type of characters that they're playing. And I'm excited.
Yeah. It's going to be really good.
It's gonna be so fun.
Everybody go see it. It's gonna be great.
It'll probably be the best superhero movie of that year, of 2018.
Well, maybe. We'll see.
We'll see.
All right. So moving on into some Plug-a-Dug-Dugs.
All right, everybody, check us out on Patreon. Movie Trailer Trash. Just look up Movie Trailer Trash. It is 4 quarters to join, and once you join, you get special episodes. We do an end of the month episode where we talk a little bit more in depth about something about movies rather than just trailers. It's a lot of fun. Check it out. Also, check out our new website that Charlie just built. He's an amazing graphic designer, and it's mttpodcast.com. Simple as that. Now we're on Squarespace. Also, at MTT Podcast on Twitter. Give us a follow. Give us a like. Movie Trailer Trash Podcast on Facebook. And just tell your friends about us because we're looking for, a wider audience. Share us. Let people know.
Put up some billboards if you
Tell your
want.
friends that if they're going on a road trip, just to listen to like 18 episodes of our show.
Oh, wow.
That would take a long time. That would be a long road trip. But
That's
you know
a
what
lot.
I'm saying.
18 episodes?
Okay. 3 episodes of our show. That's an hour and a half killed on your road trip where you don't have to be like, what are we going to do for the next 7 hours on this road trip? Driving's boring. Because that's how I do. I listen to podcasts on road trips. Just tell your friends to listen to us.
Also, go ahead and rate and review us on iTunes. It's a very good thing to do for you and for us. And also, as always, follow Entertainment Buffet at Entertain Buffet and go subscribe to their YouTube channel. They are great friends.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.